Mm. Good morning, students. I am P. Srinivaslu, and today's class I would like to take the basic electronic components. What is the basic function of each and every electronic components? We will see in the today's class. Okay, and by watching all these components, you will get some confidence upon each and every electronic components. For that sake, I am using this PPT, this session here. Okay, and please we will look after these. What are those components, and how the what each and every component will work. We will see later on in our class. What is the function of that, let it be some diode or transistor or FET. What is the entire function we will learn in depth in the future classes. So this is the only overview of each and every electronic component in order to make you familiarize with that particular component. That is the basic idea of this session. Okay, I am sharing my PPT, please. Is this visible? Is this visible, Balaji? Is this
Yes, sir.
visible? Okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, right. This is the introduction of basic electronic components. Learning about basic electronics. Learning about basic electronics. Let it be. I will use some pointer. Uh, okay, right. Just wait a second. Hmm. Learning about basic electronics and creating your own projects is a lot easier than you think. In this tutorial, we are going to give you a brief overview of common electronic components and explains what their functions are. You will then learn about schematic diagrams and how they are used to design and build circuit is very easy by using this PPT. And finally, you will put this information to use by creating your own basic circuit. This is the basic idea of the entire session. And next one is electronic work bench. This setup, we can call this setup as electronic workbench. Before you get started, make sure your electronic workbench is properly set up. This is just like an experimental setup. We can call this as workbench here. The work area does not need to be fancy, and you could even build your own electronic workbench also. Okay, this is the storing of every electronic component. We can do like this, and electronic components can be small, and it is a good idea to keep everything organized manner. By placing each and every electronic component in an organized manner, it is a very preferable. The most popular option is to use clear plastic storage boxes for storing parts. In addition to this, you could use plastic storage bins that can hang from a rack or fit on a shelf. This is the storage. Next one, tools. Now that you have good workspace setup, it's time to stock it with a proper tools and equipment. This is the first one is the breadboard. The basic one is breadboard. Breadboards are the essential tool for prototyping and building temporary circuit. These breadboards containing some holes here. You can see these holes are arranged in the vertical fashion as well as in the horizontal fashion. Because of this temporary nature, they allow you to create circuits without soldering. Without soldering, we can make some circuits here. Mm. The holes on the breadboards are connected in rows, both horizontally and vertically. The top and the bottom portions are used for power supply. They are connected in these pins are connected horizontally. The arrow marks are shown here, and we can use this top portion for power supply. And in the middle portion, we are going to use all these components are going to be connected in the vertical fashion. In the middle portion, vertical fashion, we are going to connect the all the components, whereas in the bottom portion we are going to use the components. This bottom portion we are using for ground purpose. Grounding sake, we will use this one. This is the top portion, and bottom portion is are connected in horizontal way. whereas in the middle portion we are going to connect the components in the vertical way. You have seen this one in the electronic workshop itself. Okay, next one is the digital multimeter. Digital multimeter, it is a device that used to measure electric current, voltage, resistance, testing of continuity. Diode and transistor can be tested whether it is working properly or not. Some number will be displayed. If that number it is in the range of some 200 or 200 to 300 in between, we can tell this transistor is NPN transistor and it is properly working. Like that we can set the range of different voltages, currents, resistance values can be set here, and continuity of the circuit can be analyzed here, and the diode can be tested here. It is a great it can be used for troubleshooting circuits, and it is capable of measuring both AC voltages and DC voltages by using this multimeter. These two probes are, this is for positive, and black terminal is for negative. And next one is battery holder. This is normal day to day AA battery. This is the battery holder for AA battery. A battery holder is a plastic case that holds batteries from 9 volts to AA. Some holders are enclosed and may have an on-off switch also. We can place some on-off switch for these batteries also. Next one is test leads. We can call this as alligator clips also. This is just like a alligator, means this is a crocodile mouth structure, like this one. Therefore, we can call this as alligator. Test leads are great for connecting components together to test a circuit without the need for soldering. Without soldering, we can test any circuits here by using these alligator clips. Next one is wire cutters. Wire cutters are essential for stripping strands, and solid copper wires can be plucking of those copper wires is possible by using these wire cutters. Next one. These are the precision screwdrivers. For fine tuning purpose, we will use these precision screwdrivers. We can the advantage of using this is a normal screwdriver. Normal screwdriver may not work very well, whereas these screwdrivers are very handy for us to use these precision screwdrivers. Next one is helping third hand. While soldering, we can't place the circuit board or some soldering rod at one place. For that sake, we are using this helping third hand. It seems to have enough hand to hold everything. మనకి we can't hold every component with our hands. This third hand will helps a lot in while doing some experimentation or some soldering of any electronic component like that. This is the heat gun. This heat gun is used to string plastic tubing known as heat string to help protect exposed wire. Exposed from protecting from the exposed wire, it will help here. Heat string has been called the duct tape of electronics and comes in handy in a wide variety of applications. And there are also glue sticks are also available like this heat gun. Glue sticks, it acts as some insulator. We can place this one. We can protect the component, as well as user can be protected by that glue sticks also. These are the jumper wires. These wires are used with breadboards and developed boards, and generally 22 to 28 AGW solid core wires. These are jumper wires. We can use these wires in the experimentation circuits. Next one is soldering iron. For permanently soldering of any electronic component on the breadboard is possible by using this soldering iron. Soldering iron, along with this soldering iron, we can come across this rod, as well as some flux is also going to be created, and some lead. Those things we need to maintain. This is the electronic switch. Switch can comes in many forms, such as push button. This is the push button. Rocker, momentary momentary and others. These are the basic function is interrupting electric current by turning a circuit on or off. These are the resistors. Resistors basic function is resist the flow of current or they control the voltage in a circuit. These resistor values may be from ohms to kilo ohms, mega ohms, like that. These resistors is having some small strips here. These strips can be identified by using color coding. Those color coding apps are more apps are available on the internet. You can download any one app, or you can by downloading one app and seeing what is this color code. It is not at all a good job by the electronic engineer. So we are supposed to go with this color coding. This is the good habit. BB Roy, first one is black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, gray, white, gold, silver. These two is tolerance sake. For gold 5% tolerance, and for silver it is 10% tolerance. BB Roy, we can easily memorize this one by BB Roy. Great Britain has very good wife and good son. By using this short form, we can easily memorize what is the color code of resistor. In our laboratory, we will deeply see this what is color coding, how we can identify this color coding. We will see later on. Okay, these are about if the wattage of these resistors increases, then the size of the resistor also increases. Next one is a variable resistor. First one is the static resistor. This is the variable resistor. By using this variable resistor, we can change the resistance values here. Within that range, we can change the value from 1 kilo ohms to the 10 kilo ohms, like that. We can change by using this variable resistor. We can call this variable resistor as potentiometer also. These components can be found in devices such as light dimmers or volume controller for a radio or TV. In olden TVs, we can come across that those potentiometers for fine tuning of channels. And you turn the shaft of a potentiometer, the resistance changes in the circuit. This is one type of potentiometers, and another type of potentiometers with enormous range means, that is decayed resistance box, DRB. This is the decayed resistance box. Within the ranges of tens, we can change some resistance values, that we can call this as DRB. D means decayed. This is into 1, into 10, into 100, into 1000, like this. It is multiplied in terms of tens here. Similarly, here decayed resistance box is provided. Similarly, we can have decayed resistance, decayed capacitance box, a decayed inductance box is also available in our laboratory. Next one is light dependent resistor. This is the light dependent resistor. Is also it acts as a variable resistor, but it is controlled by the light versus turning a knob. The resistance in the circuit changes with the intensity of the light. By falling some light upon this LED, the resistance will change here. These are often found in exterior lights that automatically turn on at night time and turn off at daytime. This is the basic. In olden days, we are going to use these LDRs in street lights. Street lights turn on, turn off sake. We will use these LDRs. These are the basic symbol for LDR. Next one is capacitors. Capacitors store electric energy and then discharges it back into the circuit when there is a drop in the voltage. The capacitor is like a rechargeable. It acts as a rechargeable battery and can be charged and then discharged. The value is measured in farads here. The units of capacitor is farads. Here, these are the different types of capacitors. These blue color capacitors are electrolytic type, whereas these orange color capacitors are ceramic type. And paper type, mica type, different types of capacitors are also available. For depends upon our applications, we are going to use these different types of capacitors. Here upon this one you will come across, for example, 105. upon this capacitor 105 is available. That coding can be analyzed by using this is the 10. We will take some 10 plus 5 zeros. For this 10, 5 zeros are going to be added. This is the picofarad, means 10 power minus 12. That means 10 power 6, 10 power 6 into 10 power minus 12. That is equal to 10 power minus 6. That means 10 power minus 6 farads. That is 10 power minus 6 can be given as 1 microfarad. Like this, we are going to calculate the what is the capacitor value upon this ceramic type of capacitor can be analyzed. Similarly, 103, 104 is available. We can by using those by using this number we can tell that it has the whether that is 0.1 microfarad or 0.01 microfarad. We can easily calculate by using this coding technique in capacitor. And this is the inductor. Inductor, it is just like a coil structure, choke structure, or a reactor. Is a passive two terminal electrical component that stores energy in a magnetic field when electric current flows through it. An inductor typically consists of an insulated wire wound in a coil around a core. Its units is Henry. Next one. Next one is transformers. Transformer is a device which will convert the AC type of voltage into AC type of voltage. That voltage may be a increasing or decreasing type of format. Depends upon our requirement. We will increase the voltage or decrease the voltage. Step up, step up. These transformers are of two types: step up transformer, step down transformer. Step up transformer will give more amount of voltage, whereas the step down transformer will give minimum amount of voltage. In laboratory, we are going to use step down transformer, whereas in industries we will use this step up transformers. The windings are more across the secondary side we can call this as step up transformer. If the windings are less across the secondary side, we can call this as step down transformer. వైండింగ్స్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటే స్టెప్ అప్ అంటాం, వైండింగ్స్ తక్కువగా ఉంటే స్టెప్ డౌన్ అంటాం అనమాట. And this is the diode allows electricity to flow in one direction only and blocks it from the flowing the opposite way. The diode primary role is to route electricity from taking an unwanted path within the circuit. This is the anode terminal. This black portion is the anode terminal, and this silver strip is the cathode terminal. These are the different types of diodes. You will learn these diodes, function of each and every diode in the upcoming classes. This is the gun diode, LED, PIN diode, step recovery diode, laser diode, photodiode, tunnel diode, varactor diode, Schottky diode, Zener diode. These are the special diodes. We will see the what is the characteristics and the operation of each and every diode in the upcoming classes. And next one is LED, light emitting diode. These are the different types of LEDs. There are different types of LEDs with different colors are available in the market. LED is just like a standard diode. It is the basic function of diode is just like a standard diode, but it is in the illumination state. In the fact that electrical current only flows in one direction. The main difference is an LED will emit light when electricity flows through it. Inside an LED, there is an anode and a cathode terminal. This is the long terminal is the positive and short terminal is the negative. Negative terminal can be identified. There is some flag shape is there. Here some flag shape will be provided, that we can call this as negative here. Here some flag shape will be provided from long terminal and short terminal. Whether it is a positive or negative can be easily identified. If both the terminals are cutted at equal size, means we need to identify this flag shape terminal, and we can find out that whether it is positive or negative. Next one is transistor. Transistor is a three-layered device, and we can simply call it as three-terminal device. Three terminals are emitter, base, collector. This is the base terminal, this is the emitter terminal, and this is the collector terminal. Emitter, which emits electrons, base, which bypasses those electrons, and a collector which collects those electrons. Simply we can call this as a basic function of emitter, base, and collector. Later on, what is that? Each and every terminal we will see. Is the device acts as a tiny switch. It can be acts as it can be act as a tiny switch that turns a current on or off. The basic application of transistor is a switch. Basic application is switch. This is another type of this is a TiVo package. This is just like a TiVo package like that. This is the structure, and this is IC package like that. Different packages are there. TiVo packages, CAN packages, different packages are available in the market. We are going to use this format, this format of transistor. We are going to use in laboratory for experimental for doing projects. We are going to use this type of transistor. Okay, NPN type of transistor we are going to use in our laboratory. Next one is field effect transistor, FET. Field effect transistor is which uses an electronic field to control the flow of current. FETs are devices with the three terminals. There, there, here, source terminal, gate terminal, and drain terminal. The analogy between those two, this emitter, base, collector. This source acts as emitter. Gate terminal is base terminal, drain terminal is collector terminal. It acts as these terminals just like acts as those emitter, base, and collector. Here, source, gate, drain. We will see in-depth concept later on. This is the substrate terminal. The first one is source, drain, gate. This is the P channel JFET, and this is the N channel JFET. This gate terminal pointing towards this gate terminal pointing into the transistor. We can call this as N channel. This arrow terminal pointing outwards. We can call this as P channel JFET. Next one is relay. This is just like acts as an on-off switch. For basic application is on-off switch. We are going to use this relay. Relay is an electrically operated switch that opens or closes when power is applied. Inside a relay, an electromagnet is placed which controls a mechanical switch inside that relay. These are the internal structure of relay. How it looks like this. Blue color relays are available in market. And next one is integrated circuits, ICs. This is the structure of these integrated circuits. Dual inline package, we can call this package as dual inline package. DIP, we can call this package as DIP, means dual inline. This is one line and this is another line. Let it be this is one line, and other side of this IC is another line. Dual inline package, we can call this as. From this notch we are going to give some numbering here, 1 2 3 4 like that, 8 from 9 to 16. We will invert this one, this 741 IC. This is the notch, these two notches. By identifying this notch as well as this spot, we will give some numbering. That numberings may be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 like that. By identifying those numbers, what each and every terminal is having some function. Depending upon that function, we are going to place this IC on the breadboard and we will conduct some experimentation. These two are the basic IC packages, that is 741 and 555 timers. Next one is this is CRO, cathode ray oscilloscope. It consists of 4 sections, which is display, vertical controller, horizontal controller, triggers here. Vertical controller means will make the vertical controller will move the pointer in the vertical direction, whereas horizontal controllers will move the pointer in the horizontal direction, and triggers fast movement of the waveform can be triggered by using that triggered signal here. Most of the oscilloscopes are used the probes, and they are used for the input of any instrument. We can analyze the waveform by using the CRO. We can calculate the time period, voltage, frequency can be analyzed. A phase can also be analyzed by using Lissajous patterns like that. This is the advanced type of CRO. This is the channel 1. This is channel 2. We will see in depth in-depth analysis of the CRO. And next one is voltmeter. Voltmeter is used to measure voltage here. It is always connected in parallel in a circuit. These voltmeters, this is the digital type of voltmeter, this is the analog type of voltmeter. Positive terminal and the negative terminal. This is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. We will see in our laboratory. And next one is ammeter, which will measures the current here. Its units is amperes. And these are always used in series. Why? Because same current flows in the series circuit. This is the digital ammeter and this is the analog type of ammeter. The range of these amperes may be a microamperes range, milliamperes range is also available. These are the terminals. Red terminal indicates positive, black terminal indicates negative. This is the regulated power supply. This regulated power supply, this is the two-channel regulated power supply. By using these two channel, this is the red terminal is positive, we will connect for positive, and this black terminal is connected for negative, and this is the ground terminal. Like that, for at a time we need to connect to two power supplies in some of the experiments. So we are going to use this dual channel regulated power supply. Some this channel voltage variation and current variations will be done by using these knobs, whereas this one same terminals are present in the across these two sides here. This if I am operating this channel, I will see this terminal channel 1. If I am operating this channel, I will use this channel 2. Like that, after powering on, we will see the what is the voltage levels, current levels in the circuit. Basically, we will measure, we will give some voltages only in the circuit. This is the small simple circuit which is connected with some LED, some battery supply and some resistor. This is the normal circuit diagram. This circuit diagram can be connected in this way. This is the LED, some battery, some testing leads. Some alligator clips are used and testing leads. LED glows here like this. This is just a simple experiment. Similarly, like this, we are floating all the components in the air. Whereas upon the breadboard, how we are going to connect it, we will see. This is the on the breadboard, we will connect the terminals like this. Here resistors are placed. Here resistor is placed, and one LED is placed. This is the positive terminal is connected to LED, and negative terminal is connected to resistor here. These components are in the middle portion. These components are connected vertically. Do you observe that these components are connected vertically? Whereas if we are using some power supply, we can place this red terminal here and black terminal here, and we will use some you'll use some jumper wires. By using the jumper wires, I will take the connection from this level to this level and place this jumper wire here, and for the black terminal I will connect that black terminal to the LED here. Like that, that circuit should be form some closed loop here, some closed loop. If there is any opening in between, this LED is not going to glow. This is about basic electronic components. First we will see again, we will see what we have covered. First one is workbench. Next one is storage, how we are going to store. Next one, what are the different tools? Breadboard, we have seen the breadboard horizontal and vertical connection. Next one is digital multimeter. Next one is battery holder. Next one is test leads, alligator clips, we can call this as wire cutters, precision screwdriver set, helping third hand, heat gun, jumper wire, soldering iron, switch, resistor, variable resistor, we can call this as pot.
Sir, voice logo వస్తుంది.
ఒక్క నిమిషం. లైట్ డిపెండెంట్ రెసిస్టర్. ఇప్పుడు బాలాజీ
సార్ బాగానే ఉంది సార్.
ఓకే LDR, this is a variable resistor, pot, potentiometer. This one is a light dependent resistor. Next one is capacitor. Next one is inductor. Next one is transformer. diode, light emitting diode, transistor, field effect transistor, relay, integrated circuits, cathode ray oscilloscope, voltmeter, ammeter, regulator, power supply. This is a small circuit example. These are the we will see all these components in our laboratory in the upcoming classes. Wait a minute, I will stop this recording and we will discuss.